Good day. How are you today? Well, that's what this video is about. My videos are about helping you to feel better fast every day and hopefully give you some tools to do that so that when you're in a funk or you hit a low point or you're not enjoying each moment, you might have a whole array, a whole tool set of different approaches, techniques, ways that you can shift your energy and feel better. And today I felt I might share something that just happened in a radio interview. And very often in radio and television interviews, at the end, they often ask, what final bit of advice or suggestion could you give to our audience about making their life more abundant, more fun, more joyous? And I usually go blank at that point. Now they ask that question because they only have 20 seconds left, so you also know that you need to make it pithy and short. And today I was asked that at the end of an interview, and it occurred to me that if I were to share something with people that was the most helpful to me throughout my life, it was this dawning awareness, that is an awareness that would dawn, satori and aha, an awareness that would come and go. And practically every day I have a little bit of this realization or insight, and that's what we're looking for, is a personal direct experience of clarity, of your own truth. And every so often I'll realize, oh my God, there's a simpler way to do this. You know, life does not have to be as complicated as we were told. This current situation does not have to be as complex, as difficult, as hard as it seems, as I would think it would, as my mind is telling me that it is. In fact, what I've discovered is that if a situation, the feeling about a situation feels heavy, dense, difficult, challenging, no fun, if you have that feeling, that vibration, that energy coming up around a person or an activity or a situation, then your mind is definitely involved. Your ego, the personality, the programming, the conditioning is definitely involved. Because when we get invited to play with the universe from our soul, from spirit, from God, there's always joy and there's always ease. It always feels natural. So anytime that you feel that you have some resistance, or you're just not feeling like doing something, or your energy drops through the floor, you know that you've engaged, as Sai Baba used to say, you've engaged your mind. One of the cool things he used to say was, well, if any of you still drive a clutch, I still do, a manual drive, you push in the clutch to disengage the gears of your motor, of your car, so that you don't move forward. You disengage. So Sai Baba used to tell me to disengage the mind, just like you disengage a clutch. Push in the clutch. The gears of the mind are disengaged. They're running, the mind's gears are running, but they're not clicking. They're not meshing, so therefore they're not sending you thought after thought of limiting thought, challenging thought. This is hard. This is not going to be easy. This is going to take time. You don't know how to do this. You won't do it right. All of that doesn't click in. So therefore, the mind can just run, but you're not engaged. He used to say, first of all, do your best to not engage the mind at all day. But we all know how easy that is. So once the mind does engage, you start thinking, you start having challenging thoughts and feelings, you realize the mind has engaged. You have engaged the mind, conditioning, programming, limited perspective. And therefore, all you need to do is have some fun ways that are natural for you to disengage. For example, I use the open-ended question. If I knew send you to your knowing. Instead of asking, if I could think of something, if you ask, if I could think of it, you go to your mind. And that's the mental programming, conditioning, your past, your current paradigm, limited paradigm. But if you ask, if I knew in my knowing, if I knew how to make this situation lighter, easier, more approachable, What would I do? And that last question, what would I do? Or where would my attention go? Is really a request. It's a prayer. It's an intention for your intuition, for your higher self, for God, for the universe, to make a suggestion through all the ways that you receive guidance. So at that point, you pose an open-ended question. If I knew how to make this situation more easy, simpler, more fun, how would I approach it? What would I do? Where would my attention go? What would I pay attention to the rest of the day? And then let go and let God guide you. Let go and let the universe guide you with signs, synchronicities, messages, clues. You might have clarity come right away, or it might take a few hours or even a few days. What I do is what I call conscious postponement. That's very different than procrastination, which is unconscious, emotional, not deliberate procrastination or postponement. This I call conscious postponement, where you realize, I'm not clear enough right now to know what the best course of action is for me. Or just in a situation where you realize, wow, this does not feel fun, this does not feel easy, this feels heavy, difficult, challenging. I'm going to consciously postpone calling this person, doing this activity, making a decision on this situation, until I have more clarity, until it feels lighter, more fun, more approachable, easier. And then you can ask, if I knew how to approach this situation in a way that was more natural and easy for me, what would I do? How would I do it? And then let go. You may or may not close your eyes, go inside. You may or may not get something right away, some clarity, a suggestion, or an impulse, a message, a symbol, an archetype, a thought, a word, a person. Some clue might come to you. It might be your dog, so you go play with your dog. It might be go garden, take a walk, call this person, take a nap, play some music, eat some chocolate. Follow the bouncing ball. Follow the yellow brick road, which is golden light from the inner sun, clarity. And within a few minutes or hours or days, when that situation feels lighter, more easy, you realize that you're in touch with your soul approach. And I would suggest that that be your soul approach, S-O-L-E. You know, it's actually not necessary to use the mind or logic or rationality or programming at all. In fact, these open-ended questions are a substitute for thinking. If you notice, every time you start thinking about something, worrying, planning, whatever you want to call it, but anytime you start thinking about something, usually one's energy gets lower. The vibration gets lower, heavier, more serious. That's a sign that your mind is involved, that you're thinking. So then what you can do is shift into your heart. Whatever activities will shift you into your heart. Or you can ask, if I knew how to drop into my heart right now, what would I do? Some of my other videos show you some really fun, easy ways to drop into your heart. In fact, every spiritual practice that works for you is a way to drop into your heart. The field of the heart, the field of source, intuition. And wait, consciously decide to wait until the path feels easier. You know, my teachers always told me, they were mostly shaman, teachers from India as well. And they always said, you know, your natural state is one of joy, peace, and love. Well, I was in my 20s and I was miserable, so I felt they were nuts. But you know what? Over the years, as I've learned these ways to shift my vibration to when I feel lighter and a situation feels more approachable, more easy, when I release myself, free myself from my old paradigm, my mind thinking, I realize, oh my God, I could just do this. I could do nothing, no thing, no activity, no programmed activity. I could let go and let God do it. I could let go and allow the universe to do it. So when you feel heavy, challenged, or any moment that life is not fun, that you're not feeling joy, you know that you're under the effect of the mind. And then if you start playing with it, play with the mind, play with that circumstance in ways that you found that help you to play, to lighten up, then you'll go into your field of the heart, intuition. You'll come from your soul. You'll be on your soul path of passion, purpose, play, and the whole situation will be a lot easier. And the outcome will be so much better. One of the things that my teachers taught me was to track, to keep track of when I made a decision in life, either a small one or a big one, and how it turned out. Of course, you've got to track it over time, not just the next day, the next week or two, but especially over a few months. And notice when you make decisions from the field of the heart, from intuition, when you take the time to shift into that place of your knowing and wait until the situation feels light, approachable, natural, easy, clear, and then you take action. And then track in a journal or just keeping track yourself or with friends or Facebook, however you want to do it. Keep track of which way of approaching life serves you. Thinking, making decisions from the thinking mind, or letting go, allowing intuition to guide you. What I found is that not only do things go better when I follow my intuition, but the life is full of surprises, serendipity, totally unexpected abundance, joy, energy, health, love. So have fun. Thanks.